Okay, metaphor. Metaphor for what I was just talking about. What you're about to see is a video of a whirlpool. The whirlpool is made of water and air that is flowing. Okay, so there are parts, there's a pattern, and think of the flow as the process. So notice something. Notice that nothing will change except the flow, meaning the actions, and then the pattern changes by itself. So if we have a pattern like depression or anxiety or anything that you're struggling with, a relationship dynamic, the thing that's going to change that pattern is how we flow in our lives, meaning thinking, speaking, acting. If we're watching super carefully the flicker of a mental impression and a body sensation, if we can catch those subtle dynamics and influence from the top down that flow and get ahead of a reactive pattern and begin to cultivate a more responsive pattern, like you've decided, it came out of your intention to evolve yourself, that's going to change the pattern. That's how it works. All right, so now, let's relate everything I've been talking about to you as a human being walking through life. Okay, another slide with, again, Venn diagram. Your life and the patterned actions that show up in your life. Now, we all have perception. You are all perceiving me, seeing and hearing, contacting the world. We all have thoughts in the mind. We all have sensations in the body. That's the flow of activity. Sights and sounds, thoughts and sensations. Now, when it all comes together, interacting interdependently, when it all comes together, there's a pattern that emerges. You can call that me. Now, that pattern, who you think you are, how you show up, will be, right now, will be a stable pattern either of wellness or illness. That's how we exist, as patterned beings. Now, that doesn't mean we can't change the pattern, but we have to disrupt the current pattern in order to cultivate a new one, a different set of flowing actions. And so what I'm doing here is I'm equating this science, Western science, of what's called living systems theory, that all of the actions that flow, that make life, the parts and the patterns, all of that. And because of the word cognition, that knowing, I equate that with the ancient principle of karma. So what karma means, strict definition of karma, explained this last time, means action. And the patterns that the Eastern philosophers were trying to articulate when they used that word karma, the patterns of how people show up and the experience that a person has when they show up a certain way, that's their karma. Not that karma is happening to you, but it's coming from you. Do you see that? Okay, so our karma is, right now, the flow of the actions of our network. A lot of what has been imprinted in the patterns that are presently there have arisen as a result of places we've been, experiences that we had that we weren't consciously asking for. Family of origin stuff, traumas, right? And because we were there and we got imprinted, our mind-body network changed, and then patterns began to develop, and the older we get, we just see ourselves as a solid thing, as a noun, and the thoughts in our head cause us to believe certain things, and more gets more and it gets more solid. What I'm saying is, if you want to change your karma, peer into the flow. Okay? Good. The interactions, the flow, that's where it's all at.